In the Horn of Africa sits a region long caught between aspiration and diplomatic limbo, Somaliland. Though it has operated independently for over 3 decades, it remained unrecognized on the world stage. That changed in late December 2025, leading to an international diplomatic storm. Somaliland's story begins long before its independence declaration. In 1960, the territory known as British Somaliland became briefly independent before voluntarily joining with Italian Somaliland to form the Somali Republic. But the union faced political strain and collapse. In 1991, amid civil war and the fall of Somalia's central government, leaders in the north unilaterally declared independence as the Republic of Somaliland. Since then, Somaliland has functioned with its own government, currency, flag, and security apparatus. In 2001, Somaliland held a constitutional referendum where almost all voters endorsed its independence and a democratic framework. Yet the world withheld formal recognition. For over 30 years, Somaliland has sought international legitimacy. Despite relative stability and democratic processes compared to Somalia's ongoing turmoil, nations avoided formal recognition, largely out of respect for Somalia's territorial integrity, a key principle of international law. Somaliland leaders continuously petition global governments and institutions, arguing they have effectively governed themselves since 1991. They have functional political institutions and elections. Their society remains comparatively peaceful, yet the lack of recognition has restricted access to international loans, trade agreements, and diplomatic rights. Everything changed on December 26, 2025. The State of Israel became the first United Nations member country to formally recognize Somaliland as an independent and sovereign state. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Somaliland President Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdullahi signed a mutual declaration establishing full diplomatic relations, including plans for embassies and ambassadors. Netanyahu linked the move to shared values and strategic interests, framing it as historic. This step was described by Israel as being taken in the spirit of the Abraham Accords, the broader diplomatic framework Israel has used to forge ties with Arab and Muslim-majority states. The recognition has triggered widespread controversy. The Somali federal government strongly condemned Israel's action, calling it a violation of international law and a threat to the country's sovereignty. Officials reaffirmed that Somaliland remains part of Somalia's territory and declared the Israeli move null and void. The African Union, Arab League, and numerous countries including Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan have denounced the recognition, arguing it undermines regional stability and violates principles of territorial integrity. Several nations reiterated support for Somalia's unity and warned against setting a precedent for other separatist movements. Some analysts believe Israel's move may be tied to strategic interests, given Somaliland's location near key shipping lanes and proximity to the Red Sea and Yemen. Others fear this decision could deepen existing tensions in the Horn of Africa. Critics also highlight perceived contradictions: recognition for Somaliland but continued opposition to Palestinian statehood in many Israeli political circles, leading to accusations of geopolitical messaging. Somaliland now holds the first formal recognition in its 34-year quest, but the road ahead remains uncertain. Other countries may follow Israel's lead or maintain current policies supporting Somalia's borders. The controversy could influence future Horn of Africa diplomacy, regional security alignments, and discussions on how new states are recognized under international law. Inside Somaliland, many see recognition as a historic victory, potentially the first step toward wider acceptance. Outside, many fear the diplomatic repercussions outweigh the benefits. Somaliland's journey from self-declared independence to the first formal recognition by a UN member marks a pivotal moment in modern geopolitics. Whether this opens the door to broader acceptance or deepens international discord remains one of the most compelling questions of 2025 and beyond.